Islam, my Moorish American Nation family, I'm Arrington-Bey. It is July the 9th, 2020. I am a Moor, and as a Moorish American, I don't think there's any other Moors in Annapolis, Maryland. Right now I'm at Whole Foods. So when you're dealing with now I'm among black Negroes, a lot of black Negroes in Annapolis, Maryland, or African American Negro, black Negroes. It's all the same according to constitutional law. Pale skin, and those that speak Spanish, and some from different countries, other countries, continent of Africa, but a lot of African American black Negroes, pale skin, and those that speak Spanish. And of course, you know, the United States military, the Navy and the Army is here, the base. So right now I'm at Whole Foods, in Arrington-Bey, and we don't know anyone personally here as Moorish Americans who have firmed up whole constitutional law. That includes the black Negro, the African American black Negro. We don't know any of them personally, and none of them can say that they know us personally. As Moorish Americans, as Moors, we don't know any of the pale skins personally here, and we don't know any those that speak Spanish. So a lot of times when I'm out, I do a prayer, because as a spiritual woman, I recognize there are a lot of unclean, unnatural spirits. So I give praise to the Spirit of Allah for killing these disease, abomination, these unclean, unnatural spirits that are outside of natural law. Okay? So when you're outside of natural law, that means there's something about you that's not natural. So all praise to the Spirit of Allah for killing and destroying them that exist in Annapolis, Maryland. So as I'm about to read the Constitution of 1787, the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787, I'm feeling a sharp pain around my back. So you know the Constitution is an organic instrument. That is a part of natural law. So sometimes when I'm trying to read about natural law, because I'm a natural being, I'm not artificially created. I'm not mixed, part human and part something else. I notice all of a sudden I might feel a sharp pain or some forced sharp pain. And in Annapolis, what has been talked about, Annapolis has a high rate of venereal diseases. It's always been known that venereal diseases are high in the African and black Negro community and those that speak Spanish. Venereal diseases like herpes, genital warts, whatever. It's high there. A lot of dealing with because of the sexual activities, not a lot, because of the sexual activities, but you have some that way a child might be born with it. Maybe somehow was infected somehow through the birth canal. I'm not sure. I remember reading something about that can happen. It's just like HIV, but it's because of the sexual activities that go on in that community. And then the pale skin community is not far behind it. So in Annapolis, I learned through word of mouth and that venereal diseases are high in this small little city where the military has a base here. The Navy, the Army, I see Marines have a base here. Very high. I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think it's a chance. I think that is definitely it correlates to a lot of statistics and what's been said through years in reference to venereal diseases and sickness. So now I'm about to read the Constitution as a Moorish American. I'm about to read the Constitution of 1787. Okay, so I'm going to read Article 6. Okay, someone's saying stop. It's a black Negro, I think, behind me. She's not included in this video. She works at Whole Foods. It says all debts contracted and engagements entered into. This is Article 6 of the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787. Unless you claim a nationality, that's the best way to describe her. I don't know who she is. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. The Constitution, or this Constitution, and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land. And the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. The senators and representatives, right now as I'm reading someone, it sounds like one of the employees saying paid, or I think I heard her saying paid. I'm not sure, that works at Whole Foods in Annapolis, Maryland. I'm not sure, but it sounded like it. But I'm feeling a sharp pain right here, a forced sharp pain. There's no reason to experience forced sharp pains. Like I was right before I started reading, I turned on the camera. I experienced a forced sharp pain on my lower back. Okay, I'm very healthy. I don't have venereal diseases. My organs are healthy. Don't smoke. Don't drink. These are characteristics of many Moors. Not all Moors, but a lot of us, we don't smoke. We don't drink, and we try to, if we are sick or ill of any way, we try to heal ourselves. And I don't have venereal diseases. So the senators and representatives before mentioned, and the member of the several states legislatures, and all its executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support the Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. The ratification of the Convention of 9 states shall be sufficient for the establishment of the Constitution between the states, so ratifying the same. Done in convention by unanimous consent of the states present the 7th day of September in the year of our Lord 1787, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 12th, in witness whereof we have hereunto subscribed our names. Okay, so this is Article 6 and Article 7. And it sounds like someone just said he's gone. I'm not sure. Once again, I like to give testimony because I have other videos. So, when I go back, it could be a year down the line, and I listen to a video, a lot of times it correlates to something I have experienced. So it's not easy to prove spirituality and what you experience in reference to unclean spirits. But when you stay consistent with truth, all right, then that's how you prove it. So when you're dealing with unnatural, unclean spirits, it's best to just try to stay consistent and know how to demonstrate yourself. I'm learning lawfully. Because a lot of these unclean spirits have gone to school, taken psychology classes, psych classes, whatever, and that government has set them up to prove that they are non-existent. So when you have psychologists, instead of instead of taking oaths or affirming to do what's right. Okay, I'm trying to keep my thoughts balanced because I use thoughts. There's when you, among a telepathic community, you have to use those thoughts. If you don't use those thoughts and you don't understand what using those thoughts are, you can really get upset and be irritated. So what we know is Moors, a lot of those that are unclean in spirits, whether they're the black, Negro, African American, they will probably be the main ones. These are unclean spirits I speak of, especially in reference to Moors that have been used to put someone in a psychiatric ward who really truly should not have been there, but they could not explain what they were experiencing. Not only that, they were being attacked spiritually and mentally, purposely. So I would say the African American black Negro that is unclean in spirit will probably be the number one tool that government used in reference to oppression and elite and harmful acts. These are unclean spirits. And then you got the Spanish speaking. They can be from Mexico. I mean, I give testimony, still do. I mean, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, whatever, South America, Central America. These are unclean spirits and they're unnatural. Not all of them. I'm just giving testimony of those that I'm here in Annapolis. They running around saying that they're werewolves. Okay, so you have. I mean, if you think you are a beast or animal, and you are outside of natural law, okay, that is unnatural, right? So if you think you are a beast or animal, okay, you are trying and you behave as such, then okay, you can't argue with it. You just know that you have to take care of yourself. You have to protect yourself because you're among imbalanced, unclean spirits. So and then you have the pale skin. So many times, it's always the melanated always focus on the pale skin. I don't do that. I deal with spirit because it's not all pale skins that are bad. It's not, and I'm not being possessed to say this. I think it's a wonderful thing in this day and time as a Moor. I'm dealing with a spirit, and I can actually say, you can definitely give testimony of what I experienced spiritually, and predominantly have been from those that are unclean in spirits, and they are melanated, African, the black, Negro, male and female, Spanish speaking. Yes, and pale skin, but predominantly, okay? And so whether they're being used or not, it doesn't change the fact. Because too many times, those same unclean spirits will get on TV. You see them on TV, walking down the street, crying and boo-hooing as though they are victims. And those that look to be victims are truly have been predators, Islam. So I'm going to stop the video with that.